Hello and welcome. So today, guys, I have one of those videos from the series that we have here on the channel, which is all about fragrances that I believe should have been hyped, but were not. But today we have a bit of a twist on that because instead of me sharing with you fragrances that I believe should have been hyped and were not, I will be speaking to fragrance houses that I believe should have been hyped, but have really not been hyped much, if at all. Now, for each of the fragrance houses that I'll be speaking to you about, I have pulled one fragrance, but of course I have more than one fragrance, which is why I'm bringing the fragrance house to your attention, because I've really fallen in love with the DNA of the fragrance house, at times the entire aesthetic and just the quality of their fragrances. So as I go along and I talk to you about a specific fragrance house, I will tell you why is it that I'm pulled and I love their fragrance house, and I will also share with you at least one of their fragrances. Now, very important, I have a surprise for you today, because if you are watching this video, you want to make sure you watch the video all throughout the end, because there is another giveaway. Yes, you thought that we were done celebrating 10K. Oh no, we are not done. So today I will be announcing another giveaway. And that giveaway, of course, will have to do with one of the fragrance houses that I will be discussing with you today. Now, I want you to know that this giveaway, much like the previous one that I announced last week, does not come from a sponsorship, does not come from PR. These are fragrances or items that I have purchased with my own money, and that I am just doing a giveaway because I really just want to say thank you. And I just love to gift anyway. But anyway, guys, so please be sure to watch this entire video, because you don't know which is the fragrance house where I will be announcing the giveaway. But before we jump right in, if this is your first time here, I'm Arahi, and I'm your fragrance concierge because I'm totally committed to creating the best fragrance experience for you. I upload videos 3 to 4 times a week, and sometimes you even get a bonus video. In this channel, we discuss all fragrances, whether they're Western niche, Middle Eastern, designer, affordable, all types of fragrances. So if that sounds like the type of content that you're interested in and like a good plan, then please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave a comment. Let's go. So today, guys, I have for you 8 fragrance houses that I want to bring to your attention. And I want you to know that there's another series here on the channel, which is called the Fragrance House Spotlight. And that is a video completely dedicated to me speaking about one specific fragrance house. So if you are interested in me doing that with any of these fragrance houses, if you want me to do a dedicated video to the specific fragrance house where I speak in extreme detail about the fragrance house, their vision, their mission, their DNA, and I share with you my collection specific to that fragrance house, then please just let me know which one is it that you're interested in. I did used to have those videos regularly, but they weren't performing very well, so I stopped doing it. But I am willing to resume because I think it is fun and interesting to know what else is out there. If not, we're always caught in the same loop of the same fragrance houses. All right, guys, so the first fragrance house that I want to bring to your attention is Floraiku. And Floraiku is a fragrance house that I absolutely love. And let me just tell you why. So for me, this fragrance is Cricket Song, and the bottle, of course, is beautiful. There's other bottles where the cap is a bit taller, but all of their bottles are always exquisite. But that is not the main reason I love this fragrance house. I love the DNA of this fragrance house because their fragrances are, while not being complex, they're also not simple or linear. What they do with their fragrances is that they don't necessarily have to have a whole bunch of notes or make it way complex to make it special. For example, Cricket Song only has 3 notes that they have disclosed. It may have more notes, but all in all, I do just pick up on those 3 notes, but the fragrance, curiously enough, is not linear at all. I find that their fragrances are very unique. They don't meet the same DNA and at times not even the same scent profiles that we find in so many other fragrances. And of course, each bottle has a message and it's very, very symbolic of the meaning behind or the inspiration behind each fragrance. So I find that their fragrances are not just about putting out a fragrance to sell it. It has quite a bit of meaning and it does translate to the juice that you get in each bottle. So that is why I love Floraiku. Now, if you've tried any of their fragrances, please let me know and let us know which one is your favorite and why. Because I'm always looking to hear what others are enjoying from this fragrance house, but I don't see many people talk about Floraiku here on YouTube or on Instagram or otherwise. So just let me know if you've had a chance to get your nose on any of their beautiful creations. Now, the next fragrance house that I want to bring to your attention is a fragrance house that is not really new, because this is really more of, in my opinion, a fashion house. At least that's how I knew her until they launched this new collection this year. And as soon as I saw it and I read the notes of this one that I'm going to share with you, which is Cashmere and Palo Santo, I knew that I had to pick it up. And I'm speaking about Donna Karan. Now, guys, this is a brand new line. I'm pretty sure that Donna Karan had other fragrances or other lines, right, in the past, but I had never tried them. But there was something about when I saw this gorgeous bottle, which is quite heavy and feels quite luxurious, and then I read the notes of this fragrance, I knew that I really wanted to try it. So I tried it and I fell in love, and then I just ended up picking it up. Now, since then, I have picked up 2 other fragrances from this same collection, and I will be sharing them with you soon because they are 2024 launches that I really believe are exquisite, guys, and I just want to bring them to your attention. But let me tell you what is it that I'm loving about the DNA of this fragrance house. First of all, I really believe that the blend of these fragrances is just exquisite. So while some would argue that this is a designer, for me, this smells very niche. This is not, in my opinion, a fragrance that is polarizing or anything like that. It is not linear whatsoever. I'm not saying that if a fragrance is designer, it's less than niche. I respect all fragrances, but to be honest with you, this has a level of sophistication that comes through when you sniff the fragrance that really pulled and called my attention. So I ended up picking up 2 of the others, which I'm really looking forward to sharing with you. One of them is centered around the note of fig, and the other one, if I recall correctly, is around tiara flower. And those fragrances are just as exquisitely done as this one. So I just hope that they continue to add more fragrances to this collection because it's really, really a beautiful, beautiful collection. Let me know if you've tried any of the fragrances from Donna Karan, whether it's from this 2024 collection or from other collections in the past. And if you have, let us know which one is your favorite and why. That would be really awesome. All right, guys. So this next fragrance house is one that I think I only know of maybe 2 or 3 other YouTubers, no, maybe just 2, that I know have talked about this fragrance house. And they've done it specific to certain fragrances, not necessarily that they're picking up, most, if not a good number of their fragrances. I think there's only one other YouTuber that may have just about every fragrance that this fragrance house has launched. But personally, I am very, very impressed with this fragrance house. I have several of their fragrances and I am planning to keep picking up others. And I'll tell you more about why in a minute. But I am speaking about Epico. And from Epico, this is one of my favorites. This is not my favorite. My favorite is actually Vanny Charnel, but this one is I Will Be Love. Oh my goodness, guys. Now this is a beautiful, when I tell you beautiful unisex fragrance that is not only beautiful, Guys, but it smells so good. It's like yummy and beautiful and sophisticated and classy, and there's a smoothness to it that is so the DNA of this fragrance house, because that's all I have experienced with them. But let me tell you the yumminess of this fragrance. So this fragrance has milk, cream, mandarin orange, bergamot, caramel, vanilla, peach, coconut, and a ton of vanilla. I'm going to repeat vanilla because what I love about this fragrance house, guys, is that the way that they do vanilla is just exceptional, in my opinion. And only compare it a bit to the way Guerlain does vanilla, if you know what I mean. Like, they really know how to do a vanilla well. Epico is right up there, in my opinion, with them, because when I tell you the vanilla in Will Be Love is just exquisite. And Vanny Charnel, which is really vanilla centric, this one is not necessarily vanilla centric, but Vanny Charnel is definitely about the vanilla. And oh my goodness, guys, that vanilla is just incredible. Please let me know if you've tried any of the fragrances from this fragrance house, because again, I don't hear many people talk about this fragrance house, and I really think it deserves much more attention. Now, the next fragrance house that I want to share with you is Carthusia. And this fragrance that I have right here is my favorite from Carthusia, and it is Ammare. Now, guys, this fragrance, let me tell you. So I discovered this fragrance house on a trip to Italy. Specifically, we were in Capri, and I walked into a store and they had all of their fragrances. And I sniffed this fragrance and I was just automatically taken by it, because when I sniff this fragrance, I feel like I'm there for sure. It is just such an exquisite fragrance. It is aromatic, it has a bit of greenness, it has an aquatic quality, it is fresh at the same time. It is just perfection, in my opinion, for spring and summer. This is not one that I ever pulled during the fall or during the winter. It definitely is, in my opinion, designed for warmer weather. But they do have other fragrances. What I love about their fragrance house is, number one, the aesthetic. It's consistent. All of their fragrances are around that theme of giving you that feel. They automatically transport you to that type of environment, right? So there's that aquatic feel, there's that smell. It's just exquisite. There's no real sunscreen quality to this fragrance to my nose, but somehow it makes me feel like I'm sitting, at the beach, just laying back, just sunbathing. It's just exquisite, guys. And I find that their fragrances are pretty consistent when it comes to that. And that is something that I really appreciate, because, I love to be transported by a fragrance. And I find that that's what their fragrances really do in an exceptional way. Please let us know if you've tried any of the Carthusia fragrances, and which one is your favorite, or which one have you tried and how you feel about it and why. So this next fragrance house, guys, is one that I rarely hear anybody talk about. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I just haven't found the channels that talk about these fragrance houses consistently, but I think I do my rounds pretty well. And I just have not encountered a lot of people here on YouTube talking about this fragrance house. And to me, this fragrance house is exceptional. And I'm speaking about Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. And this one is Trouble in Paradise. Now, Trouble in Paradise, guys, is like, you know what this smells like to me? This is truly a tropical fragrance. Let me just start with that. And it does have oud, but the oud here is like a level 2 and ultra smooth that almost makes it like a level 1. So it's pretty negligible. The oud is there and I can pick it up all throughout, but it's not a very present oud where you have to be, in my opinion, an oud lover in order to appreciate this fragrance. This fragrance is perfection for the summer. But I have to tell you, this is a fragrance that, as long as there's a bit of warm weather, as long as it's not freezing outside, sometimes I just have to pull, because it is quite addictive. This is a fragrance that, honestly, I just feel is just perfection for the summer. There's just no beating this fragrance. This is the type of fragrance that gives me like a Simone Andreoli type of fragrance vibe, so like Leisure in Paradise, Malibu Party, that type of fragrance from Simone Andreoli. And they are not the same. They are not the same at all. But what I will tell you is that the vibe is kind of like the same. So what I'm trying to say is that if you appreciate those Simone Andreoli fragrances, then you are going to absolutely love this fragrance and all of their fragrances, because my goodness, their fragrances. So the name of the fragrance house, like I said, is Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. And it's like each fragrance represents like the memoirs of you visiting a certain place or a certain location around the world. So this next fragrance house, guys, is one that I think I've only heard a couple of YouTubers again talk about this fragrance house, and I just don't understand how their fragrances have not been super hyped and gone viral, because when I tell you, these fragrances are just exceptional. And I am talking about Reinvented, and this one is Sacred Bond. Now let me just share with you some of the notes of this incredible fragrance. It has raspberry, bergamot, gardenia, jasmine, rose, saffron, caramel, vanilla, sandalwood, amber. But when I tell you guys, oh my goodness, this is so different. It is so beautifully done. The way that they've done all of the fruits, and they brought them all together without making it like a fruit bomb or something out of balance, or something where there's a couple of notes that are really annoying and screechy. I tell you, it is just perfection. And then you pick up on the saffron, and then there's the vanilla and the caramel, and all together, guys, it is just the most exquisite fragrance. This is another one that borders to me on yummy, and it's just like, it's just delightful. I can't even pick another word, but this smells so good. Have you tried this fragrance? Because this fragrance is just incredible. Let us know if you've tried any of the fragrances from this fragrance house, and if you have, which one do you like and why? So this next fragrance house, guys, is, when I tell you, so I can't even remember how I discovered this fragrance house. It was with a fellow YouTuber, but I can't remember who it was. But when I tell you that I placed an order initially, and there was a problem with the bottle where it came, and it was like the sprayer was not working properly, and I reached out to them, and the owner, whose name is Alexandra, she reached out to me. She was so kind and so incredibly attentive and detailed, and she took care of everything. And that customer service experience was exceptional. But when I received the fragrance, I was, wow. I just could not believe that I had not tried their fragrances. And at this point, I have 5 of their bottles, and I am absolutely in love with every single one of them. And what I'm doing is picking them up little by little, because at this point, I have sniffed all of their fragrances, and there's just one that I'm not really in love with, but I may end up picking that one up anyway. But I can tell you that all of the others, and that is so rare, because not even in my favorite fragrance houses do I find that I love all of their fragrances. Like in Xerjoff, you know, me and Herba Pura, we have this love-hate relationship, right? But in this fragrance house, guys, it's just about everything is exquisitely exceptional. Now, I'm speaking about Nuit Nomade before I continue to go on. Nuit Nomade is a fragrance house that I have heard other YouTubers talk about, but I just feel that their fragrances should be going viral. People should be talking about the fragrance house over and over and over, because I believe that the DNA of this fragrance house is just exceptional. I'm going to tell you right now, I have never received PR from this fragrance house or any of these fragrance houses. This is truly me trying to share with you fragrance houses that I believe really should be taken more seriously, and not just seriously, but that people should really at least try their fragrances, because there is something to be said about how special they are. And Nuit Nomade is extremely special to me. This is a fragrance house, I'm going to say it again, where just about every fragrance is incredible. I'm sure that you've heard of Jardins de Misfa, because typically people talk about that one. But this one that I have here, guys, okay, so this is my second bottle, because the first one, my daughter found it and she started to use it, and it ended up, you know, with her. So I just decided to get another bottle, you know, to not have any type of argument or issue. So I got myself another bottle. But Love at First Sight is such an incredible fragrance. Let me tell you, it is passion fruit centric. And it's a mix of it. To my nose, it's passion fruit centric, which you know I love passion fruit, but then it has the note of lilac, which I don't find in many fragrances. And when I do, I don't always like, but in this one, wow. Oh my goodness. This is so real, guys. Everything they do, I can just tell the quality of the ingredients that they use in their fragrances, because the quality is just exceptional. It's not just the blend, it's the scent itself, the performance. It's just about everything. Now, this fragrance specifically, I will tell you, it does have ambroxan. So I know some fam members are sensitive to ambroxan, then this is not one for you. But this fragrance, guys, if you don't have a problem with ambroxan, you have to get yourself a sample and try it. Which, by the way, leads me to today's giveaway announcement. So I really want one of you, at least, if I could do more, I would. I want one of you to experience the beauty of the fragrances of this fragrance house. And I want to hear your opinion as you try all these fragrances. I want you to tell me what you think. Is it just me that really feels this in love with this fragrance house? But I know that I'm not. I know that others do feel this way also. But I want to share a sample kit, which is going to be the giveaway, with a fam member. And this kit brings all of the fragrances that you really, really need to get your nose on. And it also has in the kit, which I'm going to show you in a minute, it has a card for every fragrance that you find in this kit. And in the back of the card, there's a description of the fragrance, what it is all about, and of course, it'll give you the notes. And guys, this is such an exceptional kit to really discover this phenomenal fragrance house. So let me just show you. And here is the kit itself. As you can see, these are the cards that I told you, and each card represents each of the fragrances that are over here. Look at that, guys. You do not have to spray much, because these fragrances, they're not necessarily all beast mode, but the performance, at least on my skin, is stellar. No issues there. But I really want you to experience each fragrance and just let me know what you think about them. So the giveaway is definitely to receive this discovery kit. And of course, the giveaway is open to everywhere in the world. I want every fam member to be eligible to participate in this giveaway. The only thing you have to do is, of course, be subscribed to the channel, be a part of the fam, and also follow me on Instagram. And all you have to do is, in this video, leave a comment saying, "I am here." Because you may have noticed I did not put giveaway in the thumbnail. I just wanted it to be a surprise and be special. So all you have to do is say, "Arahi, I'm here," or just "I'm here," and you are absolutely in. Now, I will be announcing the winner probably by the end of next week, as I always try to give you at least a week for everybody to find out and, be a part of the giveaway. And I also want to let you know that I will be announcing the winner. And of course, I will be DMing with the winner to get your address and other contact information for shipping purposes, which is why Instagram is very important to me. Anyway, guys, so that is the giveaway. Good luck. All right, guys, so this last brand that I'm going to share with you today, oh my goodness. Let me tell you, the first fragrance that I ever picked up from them, I just could not believe the level of exceptional quality. I was just speechless, as I am now. But when I picked up this one that I'm going to share with you, I never thought that they could top the first one, which was Empyrean. So now you know who I'm talking about. And now, honestly, Zenobia. Now, this is a fragrance that this is not the first time you've heard me talk about Tomavicci. Definitely not the first time you've heard me talk about Zenobia. There's several fam members that I know for a fact have picked this fragrance up after hearing me talk about it, and they absolutely love it. They feel exactly how I feel, like, where have I been? What cave had I been in, right? But this is a fragrance house that has not been around for a very, very long time. But when I tell you that their commitment to excellence is just so apparent, as soon as you sniff this fragrance, you're going to be like, wow. Wow, there is absolutely nothing like this in my collection. And then these bottles, like, you know, the bottles of the other two that I have are different from this one, but they're just as majestic and beautiful. I mean, but guys, look at this. And if you could only pick up the weight of this fragrance, this is quite a hefty fragrance. And this cap is also heavy and just perfect. This is just such an experience, a total luxury experience. But the luxury is not just coming from the bottle, it's from the feel of the fragrance. It truly, truly is. Now, this is a UAE, if I remember correctly, based fragrance house. And when I tell you, their fragrances are a powerhouse. Like, they are either bordering on beast or full on beast. On my skin, all of the fragrances that I have from them are beast mode, right? I've never really heard anybody talk about it not being beast mode, but then I haven't heard a lot of people talk about Tomavicci. But I do know that there are several YouTubers that have talked about Tomavicci, but I just haven't seen this fragrance or others go viral as I feel that they should have, or this fragrance house really be talked about and hyped as when we really take a fragrance house and we hype it here on YouTube and everybody's talking about it. You can't even turn on anything because they're immediately talking about that. That's how I feel that, things should be for actually all of the fragrance houses that I've discussed with you today, if I had my way. But of course, it's not my world. Even though it's Arahi's world, but it's not my world. Anyway, guys, no, but seriously, I just really think that this is a fragrance house that warrants a bit more love and attention because of their commitment to quality and the level of fragrance and experience that they're delivering consistently. So let me know if you're one of the fam members that did pick up Zenobia or Empyrean or any of the other Tomavicci fragrances. They don't have a lot of fragrances. Right now, it's about 3 fragrances. I don't know if there's a 4th one, but I only have 3. And I think that that's all they really had. But I tell you, every time they put one out there, I'm like enlisting because my goodness, exceptional. Anyway, guys, let us know if you've tried any of their fragrances and your thoughts. All right, guys, so we've reached the end of today's video, and I hope that this was super enjoyable for you. I wish you all the best of luck for this giveaway because I tell you, the experience of trying Nuit Nomade fragrances will be unforgettable. I really think, and I'm hoping, of course, that you will enjoy it. Thank you so much as always for hanging with me today, guys. I really feel that these fragrance houses and their fragrances deserve so much love. I really appreciate when an artist, a creator, goes out of their way to deliver something special and of exceptional quality and feel. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for hanging with me today as always, and I will see you all in the next video.